cooking feels impossible, I break it down into little steps. Step one, I put some rice noodles in room temp water about 40 minutes ago. So these are basically ready to go. They start out as like a clear whatever, and now they're opaque and more malleable. So when I get to cooking, I only have to cook for like 5 minutes. Now, because I'm a psychopath, obviously there's gonna be a sauce. I think I want peanut sauce, so we're gonna make that. For one, I haven't had it in a while, and it brings me comfort. It also is like salty, sweet. It hits all those like good, I don't know, neural receptors for me personally, at least, and I've, you know, my nervous system's a little overwhelmed. I've cried some tears, so the salt also is nice to like replenish some electrolytes, and it's just good shit. I'm gonna sit down while I do it, and I also have my iPad here because, I mean, who made up the rules that you have to stand for everything? Like, why aren't cashiers allowed to sit, you know? So sit down, and all I'm focused on is making a little sauce, and I'll put the sauce in the caption. BRB. Like, just because I have the ability to be chefy doesn't mean that I always have the ability to access the chefy version of me, which is arguably one of the most frustrating parts of struggling with your mental health and whatever, but that's why I like to share these little hacks. I think that's a common misconception with people who like cook, right? It's like, oh wow, I wish I could make these nice meals for myself all the time, and it's like, I don't. Just because I can doesn't mean that I do. Sometimes I just eat toast or cereal or nothing if I'm feeling that way because food is making me like, ugh, you know? And so I allow the best version of me to prepare for the worst version of me. I think when I was younger, that's what I used to do. I would like, you know, you get in that place where you're feeling good and you're like, I'm gonna change my life and I'm gonna wake up every day at 6, and it's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. There's a version of me that loves chopping vegetables. I find it very monotonous. I sit down for it, watch TV, whatever. That version of me, she cut these onions and then put them in the freezer for this version of me who doesn't have it in her to cut anything. This version of me is also gonna use these frozen veggies. And also, a better version of me might buy a whole pack of ground beef and actually separate them into patties myself. But if we can't access her, we always have the Kirkland hamburger patties. These are literally just straight beef. They're already sectioned for you. They're already separated. You don't need to thaw it first. You'll see, because I'm going to use one of these other ones because they're a little bigger. So add it right to the pan. A little avocado oil, but you could use whatever you want. And this part is actually quite fun, in my opinion. Once it gets cooked a little bit, you flip it over, and then you get to scrape the meat off. I did this preemptively just to show you all I remember to tell you, but I don't know, it's kind of fun. Normally I wouldn't use my fingers. Because I got the room, I just added a little bit of veggies. I don't want a ton. So I'm going for comfort here more than anything. We'll add some onions. You know, I love onions. Right, you get to scrape a layer of the beef off. Once the beef patty gets thin enough, I just break it up into